Hey guys, Montel here, and guess what? I'm in the kitchen today. Come on now. And a lot of you don't know this, but I've been cooking for about, I'm gonna date myself here, about 60 years, yeah. But today I'm gonna prepare for you one of my favorite dishes. It's a winter dish. It's either a stew or a soup, depending on how much liquid you put in it. And because I love it so much, you can make this all in one vessel, one pot. Either you can use a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. I happen to have a slow cooker going over there right now. I'm gonna show you that a little later. But I start this recipe off with some great ingredients. This is really simple, best time of year to do this. I like to use 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, plus 2 or 3 hot Italian sausages. Now what I like to do is, I'll go ahead and place these in a preheated 350-degree oven so I can firm them up a little bit and I can cut them down to the size that I like to cut them down to. Now, for the sake of magic of TV, I've had my magical elves in the back chopping up my vegetables for me, and this is really your choice. I use everything from white or red potatoes, green beans, I can use them frozen or fresh, cut or not cut, I'll chop them up. Use a whole onion, use celery, 1 to 2 stalks, maybe 3 if you really like celery a lot. And then I use baby carrots, chopping those up also. And I like to use a bag of fresh baby spinach. I'll give you a little tip. With the baby spinach, this has been sitting here for just a little bit. What I like to do is go ahead and stick it in the freezer first. That'll firm it up a little bit, makes it just a little bit easier to chop up. You know what I mean? You can chop it into as smaller pieces as you like to chop it into, okay? And you know when you put spinach into hot cooking broth, the spinach will wilt very quickly, become really small, and kind of mix within the entire recipe. Now, here's the directions. Once you've got all this chopped up, I like to start with 2 quarts of vegetable stock, okay? I use vegetable stock, not chicken broth, vegetable stock. And the reason why is because there's a little less sodium. And I like to make sure I get all my veggies. And that's another reason why I use so many different types of vegetables, because by doing so, you can cut back on the amount of condiment that you use by using the vegetables as your flavoring, okay? So once I have this already set up this way, I like to go ahead and mix all my vegetables in here, along with some seasoning. And what those seasonings are, very, very simple. I've got, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. So I like to put that in there, get that going. And I'll go ahead and throw the onions in there to start. And if you go ahead and cut your pressure cooker on, it'll start cooking without the pressure, just to start softening those vegetables up a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the spinach in there. Now you can either put your spinach in at the top before you cook it, or you can wait till it's cooked and put the spinach in after, then it won't, get so soft and break out into small pieces. But again, you dump all of your veggies in, get them all in there, get them going. And again, I just happen to pick green beans, celery, carrots, potatoes, but you can put squash in here. You can put any vegetables you like to put in there, okay? Got that going. And I think now my meats have been in the oven long enough. So once you've got all those in there, the meat should be ready now. It's not gonna be completely cooked, but it's just gonna be started enough to make it firm enough that I can chop it up. And again, you wanna chop this to the size that you like. My wife likes me to make them, I make them in tiny little pieces, but here I'll just do it very quickly for you so that we have this done. I'll move this out of the way. So there we go. Let's put our sausages down first. And you can slice this any way you want. You can slice them in little circles, or you can slice it into smaller pieces. The firmer you make the sausage before you drop it in the liquid, the more it will stay together in like little chunks, okay? So we'll put the sausage in, and then I'll do the same thing with the chicken. And again, the smaller the bite, I think the better the bite, but it's up to you. And let's see here. Nice little tiny pieces. Once I've added the meat in, then I'm gonna come back in and add in some condiments. Now, what I have in here right now is a half a teaspoon of Old Bay, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and I have a full teaspoon of any form of, let's say, seasoning salt. I happen to be using Lowry seasoning salt, okay? Put that in, okay? And I put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, but you know, I'm a Maryland boy and I don't mind the Worcestershire sauce, okay? So add that in. Put that all together and then go ahead, set your pressure cooker. I'm using a Magic Chef pressure cooker. Again, you can set this at 40 and 15 minutes and just let it go, walk away. Or you could put it in a slow cooker. Now here's one that I've had cooking in the slow cooker for about 3 to 4 hours already. So it's really well done. Ah, looks so good, smells so good. Check it out, let's taste it to make sure it tastes as good. And what's so great about this is that you're kind of stealthing in every vegetable that your kids wouldn't eat for lunch or eat earlier. They're gonna eat them in this because they're really gonna love it. You can serve this with bread. I have them like dark bread toasted, so either crackers, some rolls. Also, you can put a side salad together with it. Let's take a taste of this. Come on now. Well, if you'd like to get this recipe, all you gotta do is make sure you head to our website, thebouncingAct.com. We'll see you next time.